as the kind of biggest name which signed, and maybe that's where he's suffering in the eyes of some fans? Is that maybe?
But you also have to remember we're only just getting our lines right and seeing who's working with others, so he's not even had a chance to settle. So if you're getting passed from pillar to post and switching line to line mates, then you can't really get settled and start doing what you're meant to be doing.
The other thing that Karen brought up in our message was the atmosphere is still very flat. Now, I have to say, I noticed that as well. I think apart from maybe the first few minutes of the Fife game and probably the Manchester game right at the very start of the season, I think the atmosphere has generally been very, very poor. And you know, Stephen, I kind of had a cheap shot at you last week when you brought up the DJ again. I have to say, I don't think he helps. You know, playing power play songs when we're on the penalty kill and stuff like that, just people don't get it. And I think, was it you that brought up last week he was playing the song about, you know, what I can't remember what song he plays when
Mystify, isn't
Mystify, yeah. When quite clearly it's been an off-face penalty. I don't know. I just, for whatever reason as well, we've turned the volume up to 11. I think he's in Spinal Tap. I was trying to have a conversation with somebody between periods who was standing right next to me, and I couldn't hear a bloody word they were saying. I think the atmosphere being flat has a lot to do with the team as well, though. When I'm not passing that off onto, you know, anybody else, that the team have been responsible for a flat atmosphere, because let's face it, Jen, we've not had an awful lot to cheer about since the start of the season, have we?
No, it's not been the exciting hockey that we'd kind of hoped to see, but that can always change. Yeah,
I mean, for all we're saying, we're at coming to the end of November, and the team is just starting to settle. I mean, there's still a lot of hockey still to play, Stephen, isn't there?
Yeah, it's a marathon, not a sprint, I suppose, is the old cliche, isn't it? So, you know, it's good that we're finally getting somewhere, but it's disappointing it's taking so long, especially when it's been the management of the team that's caused this. But, you know, if we can start winning, I suppose everything will be forgiven in time if we can get in a run and make the playoffs weekend or something like that. I don't even know what the goals for the season will be now that we've started so poorly. But as long as we end in a high, that's all that matters.
Yeah. Amanda Riley says she's taken a real shine to the captain. I really, really like him. There is something about him. Jennifer, as a female, is she talking about his play, or is she talking about him in general?
I think probably his play.
I'd like to think so, Amanda.
Yeah.
Embiggened Cromulans, at Falling Dolphins is the handle. Might be tongue-in-cheek when he says, another cynical move by the clan to start improving just as lucrative festive fixtures go on sale. There's no end to this shameless behaviour, wink. I think if they could be winning games for the start of the season, they'd probably have been doing so. But you kind of know where he's coming from. Or she. Might be a she. But yeah, kind of chuckled at that one. Brian Hogg 84, Concrete Hog. Gutwald is cool, calm, hits clean, poke checks, long reach, perfect all-round D-man. Yeah, we kind of sung his praises earlier on, Stephen, and I think, you know, so far so good, but, you know, I'm still wanting to see him, how he's going to perform through December when we're starting to play the likes of the Belfasts, the Nottinghams, and even the Coventrys, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, as you said earlier, you can only play what's in front of you, but from all accounts, the way he's played so far has been just what we needed. We needed a steadying influence to help us stop leaking goals, and that's what he's done so far. So if he can keep that up against the bigger teams, then we might have found a gem.
Connor, yeah, good to see Rusty getting the shutout. Shows the D is starting to perform. Too many shots, goals against has been killing us. I think we've been talking about that all season, Jennifer. Sometimes though, you know, the effect when you have your backup, and I'm not trying to take it away for Rusty at all, the effect when you have your backup going into goal kind of focuses the D a wee bit more sometimes, and, you know, they can benefit from that. It's still a long way away from that being responsible for getting a shout, don't get me wrong, but I sometimes think that does focus the D, and it makes them just that wee bit sharper, no?
I mean that's pretty much what we did. Most of the game was defend on Sunday night. I mean, there weren't too many brilliant chances for either team. But no, we can't take anything away from Rusty. He deserves a shout.
Yeah, and it's ironic, given that we've all, to an extent, Stephen, been singing Ryan Nye's praises, that the first shot out of the season goes to Rusty, isn't it?
Yeah, just going back to what you said there, maybe we should play Nye in a Rusty jersey if it makes all the defensemen focus a little bit more. But no, it was Nye's been good for us this year. Yeah, I don't think. I dread to think, in fact, where we would be without him. But it was also good to see Rusty get his shut out. He had a hard time yet, just going from the regular starter at Solway to the backup at Clan, but he's never let us down when we've needed him, apart from that giveaway for one of the goals in the pre-season friendly against Manitoba. I'll never forgive him for that one. But
was that the life out of Chris Holt book?
Yeah, that one. So, but no, serious. He's never let us down. He deserves his chance when he can get it, and he always makes the most of it. So hopefully we'll get more game time going forward. Hopefully that will show Tripp that he can be trusted when needed to step in for if Nye needs a rest or if something else comes up. And I'd like to see him get more games, that's for sure.
And it was nice, obviously, the link in with the Pirates, allowing his brother John Russell to go down to Milton Keynes to back him up, given that Ryan Nye was staying in Scotland. So, it was nice to see that with the Pirates, given the teams share the same building. Albeit there is a gulf in the leagues that they're playing in, but it's always nice when the two teams can communicate with each other and do these sort of things, Jennifer.
Yeah, and it's two brothers, isn't it? I mean, Gary for years has always said that how much he looked up to his brother, so it's nice that it can be the other way around, that his brother can back him up. So
yeah, and no, Gary, I'm not taking the player's jersey off your picture on my Twitter feed, so he knows what I'm talking about. Lauren McGuinness. Honestly though, this team appear to play really close margin games. I don't know if Tripper prefers that. Anyway, I thought the D is much better, Burton particular, so man of the match deserved tonight. Penalty kill, power play teams working and giving results we desperately needed. Overall improvement. And I think that's true. We talked about earlier on in the Milton Keynes game, we were 5 for 5 in the kill. And we've talked a few times, I mean, remember, was it last weekend we were on the 5-minute power play and we got the game winning goal during it. So, Lauren's right, the special teams seem to be coming through at the moment, Stephen.
Yeah, the power play and the penalty kill really struggled at the beginning of the season, but considering the whole team struggled, that's not really much of a surprise. But they're coming up when we need them. Killing off 5 penalties on Sunday is always good. The power play getting the winner against Guildford at a crucial time as well, just as the game's ending, and we're still on a major power play, so there's not much time for them to come back into it. They really are delivering when they need to, and we just need to hope that they can continue to improve and get us back up the standings a little bit.
Yep. Chris Devlin, solid if not spectacular. We gave away just 6 shots in period 3 v Milton Keynes when they had 3 power play opportunities, and it was a great road win. And it was, we said it, we kind of repeating ourselves a bit, Jen, really good penalty kill. I mean, giving up just 6 shots in the period where the home side are chasing the game. It was a great road win. They played really well, but, a 1-goal margin's, never comfortable. And it was nail-biting for the wrong reasons, maybe, if you like, up to the end, Jen.
Yeah, no, I was definitely nervous on that last penalty kill that we were having to kill at the end of the period, but do you know what? They did it.
Yep.
So,
Brady 57. Good 4-point weekend, but please don't ask the question, are we turning a corner? I think we agreed, all of us last week, that we will not be turning any corners. We'll just be keeping on the straight and narrow all the way. And there'll be no more talk of turning corners. Optimus Kime, happy with the point. Still think this team will struggle against the bigger teams, Bill. Stephen, that's the point we were making earlier on, December. Once we get the next game out the road against Edinburgh, we've got some tough teams coming in, and that's where we can see exactly how far along the line we've come.
Yeah, that is the big test. As we said, it's all about it's not about performances just now. We can't afford to lose more games while playing well. We had to start putting points together and getting back in the right direction, not turning a corner, in the right direction, we'll say.
Yeah.
And we've done that. We've steadied the ship a wee bit in November, especially if we get the 2 points on Saturday. I'll say that the ship has been steady. Now we can start to find out where the team actually is. And it's going to be difficult in December. That's not an easy schedule for any team in the league, the amount of big teams that are playing in that month. And it'll be interesting to see how we do it. I'm not overly optimistic about picking up a lot of points, but as long as we continue to improve and pick up the odd win here and there, then that's all you can ask for.
Yep. Pete, PMK 1967. It's good to see some consistency starting to show. Not getting overexcited, but winning is a habit, so let's hope this is the start of us seeing what this squad are actually capable of. And I think, that's something we've been talking about the whole programme, and it kind of, going back to the previous question. Where are we now? Connor, winning is always a positive. 4 out of 4 in the league is great, but it's against teams we should be beating, so don't want to get too carried away. We will still be in 8th, 9th going into December, and I can't see us winning more than 5 out of 12. It's a really tough month, mostly against the top teams. And he's repeating what he said, but I think Ryan had put a question on, I think it was last week's programme, and I maybe didn't fully read it and understand it when he was talking about winning out in the league in the month of November and how important that was, and he was absolutely spot on. And so far, with one game to go, we're just, we could be doing that 5-5. So that's important, but again, we keep coming back to this, and I think it's fair to say, fans, we should not be getting carried away. We're playing against teams we really should be beaten, and they are 1-goal margins. They have been tight games. They could have went the other way. Thankfully for us, we're getting a wee bit of the rub of the green. We're doing the business when we're getting, the power plays. We're doing the business on the penalty kill, and everything's kind of going okay for us just now. But we're still not playing in a way that makes me think we can really do much. If we get into the playoffs, if we're facing a Sheffield, Nottingham, Belfast, at the moment the way things are playing out, Stephen, there's no really, you wouldn't be confident of getting a chance to go to the playoff final weekend, would you?
I don't know, because normally the seasons we play well, we don't make it, so maybe the season we play shite, we actually do make it.
That's true, that has been true.
It's been a weird one, the playoffs, isn't it? And maybe going into the game as the underdogs, as like we did against Nottingham all those years ago when we did make it, is what we need, because when we go in as the higher seed, we think, this is in the bag, and then we get scalped. So maybe going into a game as an underdog is the sort of position we need to be aiming for. I don't know, it's a weird one, and if it's just a 2-game series, anything can happen, as we've seen. So if I had to put money on it right now, though, I'd say it's very unlikely that we're going to make it.
Yeah, but do you mean in terms of actually making the top 8 or progressing once we get there? What do you think? I know. I just wondered what you meant there.
Yeah, no. If I forget that the playoffs actually mean top 8 in real hockey, not in the weekend in this league, I think we'll make it, but I think we'll make the top 8, but I don't think we'll make Nottingham.
Yeah, I've got to agree, Jennifer. I mean, it is different days, and as Stephen's quite rightly pointed out, come March, everything could be so much different, for better or worse. But, I don't know. I can see us maybe scraping in the top 8, the 8, 7, 6, but, that will draw us against a tough team, won't it?
Yeah, I mean, I think we've kind of all come to terms with the fact we're going to have mid-table mediocrity. It's going to be good if we end up mid-table and not bottom of the table, so...
Yeah, at the moment, I think some of us would actually just settle for mid-table mediocrity. And it certainly comes across as, I hate to say it, but, the way some of the answers in the Q&A were coming out was, that's your lot this year. We are rebuilding, as they say. We're starting for a new coach from scratch, and he's got to learn, and blah, 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 blah. Maybe it has been unrealistic for some of us to expect a wee bit more, but again, we always argued, and I said it last week, we argued in the Clan's favour when people were saying that we should be winning the league, when we were saying, well, we don't really have the budget. Well, the same stands, as I said, the other way around. If we're finishing 9th and 10th, then we've got a better budget than that, and we should be expecting more. So it works both ways.